the PDXCON 2019 announcement show. Please welcome your host, CEO of Paradox Interactive, Ebba Ljungerud.
Hi! How are you? Are you good? Good? Wow. Fantastic to be here. I feel so energized. It's amazing to see all of you here. I'm Ebba. I'm CEO of Paradox. I've been that for a little bit over a year, so that gives me this huge honor to welcome all of you to PDXCON 2019. Woo! This is our third PDXCON in this type of setting, and it just keeps on getting bigger. Stage grander, the house is funkier, and there's more of you here than ever before. Almost pretty exactly 2,000 people here today. Pretty much every single person who works for Paradox is here, so make sure you find them and chat to them. I've also seen you guys, of course, representing every corner of the world. We have people, we have vampires, we have Red Army officers, we have everything here. That really tells me we've made it as a company, so very, very happy to see that. Getting to welcome you here is, of course, a huge thing for me, and it's also a big celebration because the first time I met many of you was last year at PDXCON. A lot of stuff has happened since then. We've announced 2 new games. At that point, we announced 2 new games, Imperator Rome and Planetfall. Both really great additions to our library. You're going to hear more about those games today. Of course, in addition to a lot of other stuff we want to share with you. So, what else can I tell you? Well, when I joined, or when I started working, we had just gotten Harebrained Schemes into the family, and you guys are here today as a part of Paradox. Very great to have you here. We've also acquired Prison Architect, a game that you might be hearing a little bit more about today. I have lots of stuff I want to share with you, but obviously can't reveal everything right at the beginning of the show. The life as CEO of Paradox lets me see a lot of very cool new games, a lot of ideas, and a lot of things that are going to become something. But of course, I've also spent a lot of time getting to know our catalog and really digging into what makes a Paradox game unique and great. So I started off playing a lot of cities, went really well until I mismanaged my water. Everyone died. Then I started a grand family in Crusader Kings II. Also went really well until I slid into this hedonistic cannibal lifestyle. Again, everyone died. Surviving Mars actually went much better. I started by building a dome, ran out of funding, resources, so I couldn't fly my colonists to my colony, so actually nobody died. That was great. You know, that is true strategy. You know, you build something that you can't even get to, and then no one dies. It's perfect. Lucky for us and for me, I've become a lot better. So now I don't kill everyone when I play the games. Most importantly, of course, is I've gotten to know you guys. I was told before I started that we have the most passionate and amazing fans and players, and I think seeing all of you here today is a true testament to that. You know, you come to speak to me at events, you tune in when I do business talks that sometimes is about our quarterly reports or other things. And of course, you chat with me on Twitter, which I really, really appreciate and like. So please continue to do that. And you're not just players, you know. You're creators, you're shareholders, you're modders, you're storytellers, and you're so much more. And it's just such an honor to stand here today and share what we have been up to in the last year with you. Thank you. There is one thing I have not been able to do this year, is figuring out who this Vicky girl is that you guys keep talking about. You know, we're a big company now. I don't know everyone personally. So I've been looking around. Is she in legal? Maybe one of the games teams? Is she in finance? Not so successful. So everyone wants to know where she is. No one knows where she is. So I'm just going to have to assume that she travels a lot. Sorry. Anyway, let's get right to the exciting news. 2 weeks ago, we released a little bit of a, let's call it a teaser on all our official channels. With signal flares and red skies, it almost looked like the world was ending. As your host of the day, it's an honor for me to announce the first part of the PDXCON 2019. This is just the beginning.
When everything fell apart, we had to start from scratch. Something to eat, water, a roof over our kids' heads. You start to think, maybe we can make things right again. Here, we decide how things should be. If we don't, someone else will.
Welcome to the stage, game director and CEO of Iceflake Studios, Lasse Liljedahl, and product manager at Paradox Interactive, Stefan L.
Hi guys, Stefan, Lasse. That's one heck of a way of making an entrance. A good one. Welcome to PDXCON.
Thank you.
All of you at Iceflake, you guys have a treat for us. Lasse, tell us more about it.
Thank you, Eppa. Surviving the Aftermath is the game our studio has dreamed of making since we started making games in 2007. And as you can see, you better be careful what you wish for. The game takes place in the apocalypse, during the Aftermath. You take control of a small number of survivors who have nothing. No food, no water, no shelter. You inhabit an irradiated wasteland riddled with dangers, where resources are scarce and bandits lurk around the corner. Your goal is to build a colony for your survivors that can withstand this harsh new world.
Okay, so it's a colony builder is what you're saying.
Well, Surviving the Aftermath is a survival colony builder set in the post-apocalypse. But it's also more than that. While building and managing a home for your people, you must also protect that home. And there is a gate in the trailer. Can you tell us about that? Yeah, the gate is a critical structure for your colony.
Yeah.
And once built, it gives you access to the world outside. But beware, it also gives the world access to you. And this is where we think the game really opens up.
Okay. So what actually happens at your gate? Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah. The world of Surviving the Aftermath is full of characters. Just as an example, you can meet gangs of bandits kindly asking for supplies, someone looking to trade, or a valuable survivor with skills that your colony needs. And in the meantime, in the world map, you'll be able to send your specialists to scavenge the ruins of a fallen society for rare resources, and becoming aware of the other settlements that have sprung up in the aftermath.
Okay, that's very cool. And a bit scary, potentially. Yeah. So this full game is going to release in 2020, late in 2020, we think. But the plan is to release an early access on both Xbox Game Preview and the Epic Store. Why is that, Stefan?
Well, really with the community feedback that we received after the release of Surviving Mars, that played a critical role in helping us understand and make that game into the success that it is today. And we're really proud of what we did with Surviving Mars. And thanks to the community, we could give you the game that you wanted. And so we thought for Surviving the Aftermath that we want to be able to receive and act on those comments and the suggestions that we get from the community very early, from day one. That way it will have a much better impact and it will help us steer the game to being the best that it can be. So we think early access is really the best way to do this, because then we can incorporate that feedback into the game early where it has the highest impact.
Yeah.
But we also want to do early access right. And by that I mean not only receiving and implementing the things into the game, but also communicating and sharing the progress of the game continuously.
Exactly. We are dedicated to listening to our community, and we have implemented tools that allow players to give feedback directly in the game. So, while you are playing, if you have something to say about a feature, whether it's good or bad, or you just want to report a bug, click the ladybug icon in the top right corner, write a message, it goes straight to us. And this is important because we are going to release an update once a month, revealing new features and new content when the game is released. And if you want to know more how we are going to implement this feedback into the game, join us on this main stage later today and hear our roundtable discussion about it at 12 o'clock.
Great, very cute ladybug, so make sure to remember her. What about when it's in early access and game preview? What is it going to cost, the game?
Well, it will be available at $19.99 on the Xbox and on Epic Game Store. And that price will increase as we add content to the game, as we want to reward the early adopters who want to embark on this journey with us.
Cool. Last but not least, and when will it be available?
Well, this is the best part. The game will be available today.
Woo!
And we'll announce it right here on this main stage when it becomes available to download.
Very, very cool. Thank you so much, Stefan, Lasse. Thank you.
Thank you.
We really look forward to playing the game.
Welcome to the stage the game director of Stellaris, Daniel Moregård.
Hello everyone, I hope you're looking forward to a great PDXCON. This last year has been a fantastic journey as Paradox Development Studio, together with Tantalus, have been able to introduce console players to our beloved genre of grand strategy games and to the wonderful universe that is Stellaris. We are happy to announce that next year will feature even more updates to Stellaris Console Edition. And now for the PC players. We are humbled by your continued support, as developing Stellaris is not something that would be possible without all of you, the community. And with that said, I'm very happy to announce the next expansion for Stellaris.
And in conclusion, the signing of this historic treaty marks the prelude of an unprecedented era of peace, diplomacy, and unity. putting an end to the devastation of a war that plagued our nations for too long. So today, we celebrate the foundation of our Federation.
Thank you, thank you. Stellaris Federations is the next great expansion focusing on one of the core pillars of Stellaris, diplomacy. The expansion will feature a reworked federation system, the galactic community, which is sort of a United Nations in space. It will feature new background stories in the form of origins, and much more. Federations will now come in different federation types, such as a trade league or a research cooperative. Federations will also be able to level up and unlock new perks depending on their type. The galactic community offers you the opportunity to prove to the galaxy that the pen is indeed mightier than the sword. You will be able to use your diplomatic clout to pass resolutions that aid your cause or seriously hampers that of your enemies. But should that not quench your ambition, you also have the possibility to form the Galactic Council, which gets access to special powers such as veto rights. Stellaris is great for facilitating player stories and fantasies. And that's why we're so happy to add Origins to the game. Origins allows you to pick a background story for your empire that, for example, lets you start on a shattered ring world or start as the vassal of a fallen empire. Stellaris Federations will feature a whole bunch of these new background stories for you to pick from, and we are sure they will spice up your games. If you want to learn more about the upcoming expansion, I will be holding a talk about that while we're going through the expansion in more detail. The talk will be held here at the main stage later today at 6 o'clock. And as a final thing, we have one more thing we want to show you. I really can't get enough of that trailer. I think it's really awesome to look at. We're happy to announce the next species pack for Stellaris, Lithoids. The pack will feature a wide range of new portraits, ship models, advisor voice, and more. But not only that, because this time around, we are also adding some unique gameplay mechanics. Lithoids, thank you. Lithoids are rock people who get access to a few unique traits, and they also eat minerals instead of food. And as a token of our gratitude to all the Stellaris fans here at PDXCON, we are giving each and one of you here at the venue a free copy of the species pack. Yeah. And it gets better. Stellaris Lithoids will be released next week. But you can already play it at the Stellaris booth here at PDXCON. So I want to thank you, everyone. Thank you for your continued support. Have a great PDXCON.
Welcome to the stage, co-founder of Triumph Studios and game director of Age of Wonders Planetfall, Lennart Sauce.
Hello. All right. So, Age of Wonders Planetfall has been out for a couple of months now. It's been a big game for us, a game of many firsts. Our first game with Paradox Interactive, our first non-fantasy game. We've been making fantasy games for like 20 years, so that's a big deal. And our first 4X strategy games will be released on PC and consoles together, the heresy. But anyway, we're here to announce our first expansion.
In the aftermath of the collapse, forces from another time that should have remained buried in eternity were now awoken. Secrets came to light, and a dynasty long forgotten is once again about to rise. Age of Wonders Planetfall, Revelations. Available November 19th.
All right. Thank you. So Revelations is all about the long history of the Star Union. The Star Union is the galactic empire where the game takes place. Not only did it span many thousands of worlds, it also spanned many thousands of centuries. And we bring back a lot of things from this long, dark history. First, we have the Imperator secret technology. This is a faction that you can join as one of the main player races. You become their prophet to reawaken the billions of cryogenically entombed minds that lay scattered across the universe. There's new units to use, new mods that you can also apply to your own units, and the new social doctrines to apply. And then all of those will make you reestablish a theocratic rule. Then there's the NPC faction called the Forgotten, and these were people that were never meant to be resurrected, but still they did. Their minds were broken, rotten. You can try to heal them, or maybe you can help them face the true death as a player. There's lots of little stuff in there, new monsters, new structures to encounter. We got like genetically modified pigs, if you... It's nothing to do with the expansion, but just some designer thought it was fun. Next to probably the biggest feature in the game are the survey sites, the anomalies. You can go Indiana Jones with your hero. You can take a bunch of people with you and spend little mini quests on these anomaly sites. You start dig stuff up. You get to go into mini dungeon crawls, uncover secrets. There's choices related to your race and faction, so like a little mini RPG storyline. When you uncover them, they usually turn into landmarks that you can attach to your colony, or they might reawaken an ancient hero. So there's lots of fun stuff and adventure fun to be had there. Planetfall is going to be out November 19th on PC, console, all together. And it's available today at the show over there. Have fun, have a great show. All right.
Welcome to the stage, founder of Harebrained Schemes and game director of Battletech, Mitch Gittleman.
What's up, PDXCON? Holy crap, there are a lot of you. Good to see you. I'm here to talk about the next expansion for Battletech, Heavy Metal. There are 3 major features in Heavy Metal. The first one is the single most requested feature we ever get, 8 new battle mechs. That's a lot. 7 of them are classic battle mechs. As a matter of fact, several of them were from the original box set from the tabletop board game. So we're really excited to have those in the game. You know what I'm talking about. And the 8th one is a brand new original mech you saw up there. It's called the Bull Shark, and we're very excited about that too. It was designed in-house by us. Now, each of these new mechs actually comes with a unique piece of equipment that's only for that mech, that gives it a unique battlefield role. It reinforces the lore from the novels and the technical readouts and stuff, and it really adds some tactical gameplay to the game. So that's feature number 1. Feature number 2, 8 new weapon systems. Each of these weapon systems, again, is designed to give you all new tactical gameplay. We've got area effect weapons, inferno missiles, all sorts of stuff. You'll see them if you stop by the booth. And the third one, the third feature that I'm really excited about is a Flashpoint mini campaign. And the idea behind this is these Flashpoints are these little short stories that happen throughout your mercenary career. Well, now with the mini campaign, we're stringing a whole bunch of these stories together into one Uber story that actually weaves its way through your mercenary career from the beginning all the way when you're starting out as a mercenary, all the way late in the game until you become an elite mech commander capable of taking on 2 of the biggest legendary mech warriors in the entire Battletech universe. So those are the 3 things for Heavy Metal. 2 more things I want to tell you about. On November 21st, when Heavy Metal comes out, Update 1.8, our free update, comes out that same day. And there are 2 major features I want to tell you about. There's a metric F-ton of stuff in there. But feature number 1 is official mod support. Thought you'd like that one. So all the equipment that we're putting on these new battle mechs, you can create for your own battle mechs and spread them throughout the game. The second one that we're really excited about is 2 more mechs. Bringing the total to 10. And the total in the game to over 50. These 2 new battle mechs are the Warhammer and the Marauder, 2 of the most iconic mechs ever in Battletech. We're really excited. November 21st, please stop by the booth, play it yourself. Thanks very much. Talk to you later.
Claude, my darling. By now you have heard that the Germans have discovered our operation, and I fear they will soon get their way. We still wait for words from our friends overseas. We tell them what we know, and yet we are starved of resources. If this is to be my last letter to you, know that I have no regrets. For I wish to be as brave as all those who have gone before me. All those who fought for France. Be brave, mon amour. Vive la résistance.
Welcome to the stage, game director of Hearts of Iron, Don Lind.
Hi everybody, is there any Hearts of Iron fans here today? I thought so. So I'm super happy to announce La Resistance, the next big expansion for Hearts of Iron 4. As you can see from our beautiful trailer, which I'm a bit in love with. The poster child is France and the French resistance. In fact, we completely revamped the entire resistance system in the game. It's going to be a really cool new challenge, a lot easier to manage. Garrisons are off-map, all sorts of cool stuff. There's also another big point that we tackled, and that's the Spanish Civil War. In fact, we've given Spain 2 focus trees, and both of them are probably like the biggest ones we've ever done. We're also going to be doing Portugal, their neighbor, and there's always some Portuguese fans. And yeah, the Spanish Civil War can get really crazy. You can have 4-sided civil wars, anarchists, all sorts of cool stuff. Well, we're also going to have some new units. We're going to have scout planes, and we're going to have recon and armored cars. And I think most importantly, we're going to be doing something you guys have been asking for a super long time. We're going to be adding espionage to the game. So we're going like super deep into that. You're going to be able to create your own agencies where you can recruit operatives. You can invest in different branches. You can send these operatives to build networks in other countries where they can interact with their systems. They can steer trade. They can do all sorts of propaganda and stuff. You can also send them on daring operations, like, for example, like the heavy water raid in Norway. There's a lot of cool stuff like that. And as Sun Tzu said, if you know yourself and you know your enemy, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. And so we're going to be revamping intel as well to go with all of this, which means that there's going to be different kinds of intel, naval intel, civilian intel, army intel. So you're going to really be able to now leverage your knowledge of the enemy. We have a really cool new intel ledger where you can dig into details of enemy countries. So if you want to have more details on this, I have a talk at 5:30 later today where I'm going to be digging into lots of cool details, share some cool stuff from the community, like which is the most popular mod, stuff like that. And I'll see you there, and I hope you have a great PDXCon.
Now welcome to the stage, the Romeros. She's the game director of Empire of Sin and the CEO of Romero Games. He's the COO of Romero Games. Please welcome Brenda and John Romero.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hi, John. Hi, Brenda.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
How's it going?
You must have been to loads of these events over the years. What do you think of our little humble
I think it's pretty
affair?
awesome. As a hardcore nerd, this is the place I want to be.
Great. all of us. So, Empire of Sin.
Yeah.
Tell us, what inspired you to make a game about
Well, I grew up in a small town in northern New York,
Yeah.
and it's really not known for anything but it happened to be on the Canadian border. And if you could get alcohol from there to here, you could make thousands. And so there was a bar called The Place that was never shut during Prohibition. And so as a kid, I wanted to know why. My mother wouldn't tell me and inadvertently spawned a lifetime interest in criminal empires, which is great for a game designer.
Yes. Very good. And what about Paradox? How come we are working together?
Well, after coming up with the game idea, Brenda's idea for this game, you want to find a really great publisher for your game. And because Paradox does amazing historical strategy games, and this is like super historical,
Yeah.
a lot of really great material, it was the perfect place. Paradox was just the perfect place for this game. And so we brought it to Paradox, and they agreed this is exactly what we want to do. It's a new kind of a game. It's an Empire RPG. So we wanted to kind of take this experiment to you guys, and you agreed that it was going to be a great idea. So
Yeah, we were working on a Paradox game. You just didn't know it.
Yeah. See, that's how it goes, right? And we announced this game at E3 earlier this year.
Yeah.
What have you felt with the reception, and what was it like announcing it?
It was incredible,
Yeah.
right? Like, if you're making something nobody else has made before, the greatest fear is that somebody's going to go, there's a reason nobody's made that before. But it was, honestly, it was wonderful. I think we got 5?
7.
5,
Yeah.
7. So anyway, we got
5
a bunch
to 7. No.
7 awards. at
7
E3.
awards at E3, and then just the feedback has been phenomenal. Like great support from the fans. People are really excited about it. So I'm thrilled to be making it. We couldn't have had a better show.
Very cool, very cool. Now, it was fun to see the reactions from everyone. What about? I mean, it's a very character-driven game. Do you have a favorite character?
Well, I mean, I think Capone is the classic favorite. I mean, you can't really do 1920 Chicago without Scarface.
Yeah.
My personal favorite would be Frankie Donovan. Who plays Frankie is there's a lot of Irish Italian anxiety going on in Chicago, and so Frankie represents one of the Irish people, and he might also be my great grandfather who smuggled alcohol, maybe.
What about you?
Daniel McKee Jackson. He's this awesome funeral director who had a lot of casinos.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, thank you so much for coming. We're very excited about doing this game. John and Brenda, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hey.
Please welcome to the stage, from 011, Gaz Wright and Natalie Wicks.
Oh my God. Hi everyone, I'm Gaz, the game design manager at 011.
And I'm Natalie, and I'm involved in 011's player engagement and content creation. You already know that Paradox acquired Prison Architect from Introversion earlier this year, but at 011 we've been part of the Prison Architect family for a few years as the team responsible for Prison Architect's console editions. Paradox, seeing our passion for the project, decided to invite us to take over development of the PC version. So we're really pleased to come here today to talk to you about the very first PC expansion for Prison Architect, Psych Ward Warden's Edition.
Thank you.
It's really good.
Psych Ward introduces a brand new type of original inmate, the criminally insane. These unpredictable new inmates and how they'll coexist with your existing prisoners will pose brand new challenges for players based on their unique needs and behaviours.
Along with the new prisoner type, you're also going to get 2 new members of staff. There's a psychiatrist who can offer them specialised treatment, and there are orderlies who will help them get around your prison.
You'll also get new padded cells and special psychiatrist offices that can be upgraded to improve your psychiatrist's treatment. Plus, new padded floors, new carpets, new wallpaper, new furniture, and lots more. We're also adding 3 new wardens with Psych Ward, and each one is designed to add a unique twist to your prisons.
Psych Ward Warden's Edition launches on PC November 21st.
And there's even more. Launching with Psych Ward will be a free PC update. This will be packed with community improvements, new features, new functionality, new furniture, new flooring, and bridges.
Bridges.
Woo for bridges!
Yeah, bridges. Awesome. But this actually brings us on to another very important question that players have been asking us about. What is happening with Console Edition? Now, do not worry, we have not forgotten about you. We've been spending this time getting to know the PC version a little better, but I'm delighted to let console players know that you are also going to receive a free content update this year.
The free console update will include community improvements, new walls, new items, new furniture, new floors, and a lot more. And the console update will also launch for free on November the 21st.
Yes, so until then, we're going to sign off, and we will see you next month in the Psych Ward. But before we do go, there is one last thing we want to show you.
Boss, this place is yours now. Some might break out, but no one will escape.
welcome now to the stage business developer at Paradox Interactive, Mats Karlov, and game developer at Cosmos Verlag, Wolfgang Ludke.
Hey. Wolfgang. Hey. Hello.
Hello.
Hey. It's great to be here. My name is Mats Karlov. I love board games, and I would like you to start thinking about making love to the physical side of gaming, not only the digital stuff we've seen so far. And to help me convince you to do that, I have Wolfgang Ludke here from Cosmos.
Yeah, hello. I love board games as well.
Yay! So, what is Cosmos? Tell us a little bit about Cosmos.
So, Cosmos is a board games publisher, and we started out with games like Settlers of Catan, now just called Catan. And since then, we grew continuously. We won several Game of the Year awards. Last time was for our famous, most popular Exit game series. And today, we are #1 publisher for family and adult board games in the German market.
So why are we here today? Why are we speaking to these lovely people?
Yeah, actually, that's a good question. As I said, we love board games, and Paradox love you to love board games. So in the last 2 years, Paradox and Cosmos closely worked together with a Swedish board game designer, Rustan Håkansson, on a City Skylines board game. And our goal was that we really make a tabletop experience that a game like Cities deserves.
Yeah, and what a journey that has been. Some of you might have seen PDXCON last year when we presented City Skyline, the competitive games. Since then, Wolfgang, a little bit of me, but mostly Wolfgang and Rustan has been working to fine-tune the details and make this a cooperative game.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that journey, what has happened?
So, for us, it was necessary that we really aim to capture the spirit of the computer game. And that's why we decided to make it a cooperative game. That means you grow your city and you make your citizens happy in a joint effort. But at the same time, making sure you don't choke on pollution or don't run out of money. And so players discuss their plans and they coordinate their building actions. For instance, it's good to place a firehouse first and an industrial area later when this industrial area benefits from the neighborhood of a firehouse.
Can you tell us a little bit about the similarities or differences compared to the City Skyline game that we're used to?
Yep. So similar to the computer game, we have unique buildings, we have just a moment, youth, and we have policies. But in addition, we have a modular board that is an ever-changing board. No game is the same. And we have role cards with unique playing powers that everybody has its very own role in the game.
How many people can play this game?
So the game is played is made for up to 4 players, but you even can play it as a solo challenge. So you can play it as a one-player game as well, but up to 4.
And what about languages? Will it be available in English, German?
So the time frame is around 40 to 70 minutes. If you know the game well, you can play it rather fast. But if you discuss long with your players around the table, it takes a little bit longer, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
And language-wise, how many languages, or what languages can we have?
So for the start, we have of course, a German language version, but also an English language version. And next year, other languages will follow.
So when can we have a look at this game?
Yeah, which actually right now, the game is starting out now. You can go upstairs and play the game at the demo tables, or you can grab your own copy here at the store at PDXCON, but please wait till the end of the show.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Wolfgang, and thank you, guys. I see you upstairs for a few rounds of City Skylines, and have a good show.
Yeah, have fun playing board games. Bye then.
Yay!
Oops. For centuries, Carthage has been the protector of Sicily, the guardian of
its liberties from Greek tyrants. And now Rome claims a right to the same. Carthage cannot tolerate a contender in Sicily. It is time for war.
Welcome now to the stage, Game Director of Imperator Rome, the legendary Johan Andersson.
Hi, Johan. Welcome.
Hi. How you doing? Are you all fine?
Woo! Here we are, one PDXCon later. The game has been out. The announcement was more than a year ago. How does it feel?
Well...
And what happened to your toga?
Well, I don't have... The toga... Shh. Oh, shit. I forgot something. Oh.
Right, so the actual game came out 6 months ago. How have those months been for you and for the team?
Well, I thought I was this experienced game developer with 25 years experience doing great grand strategy games. I thought I always knew best. But it was a little bit humbling when you make a game you're thinking, it's great, and then it comes out, and I think you were not that happy with it.
What was it? It must have been a weird feeling.
Yeah, a little bit humbling, a little bit like, okay, I have to go and, like I was thinking, should I quit making games or something?
No, you should not.
And then I'm like, okay, so what are people complaining about? I read a lot of things. Kind of skipped the ones that said, Johan, you're... no swear words, but... and I'm like, okay, so we did the sensible things like remove mana. No more money in games I make.
That seems to have not been so popular, no.
Yeah, and then making the pops simulated, and you don't like micromanage click everything and have simulations more than direct actions.
Yeah.
And I think the game turned out to be much better and greater flow. I like it. No?
Yeah, great. And so do you guys, clearly.
And I want to say thank you for the feedback on Imperator. The feedback I've gotten on the game had made the game much better. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. So, what's in the stars? What's the plan for the future for the game?
First of all, we're working on an update called Livy. Livy will be out later this year. I don't have a nice fancy release date like everyone else has here, because it's an update.
Point, yeah.
Livy will contain a mission system, which I kind of described as take the EU4 old generated missions, and then you have the Heartshrine 4 national focus trees. Imagine they meet and have a child together. That's the mission system for Livy. And we're also adding like a great families rework, so you have less families and the families are more important. We're doing a new supply and reinforcement mechanic, which is cool. The first reinforcement system change we've done in a PDS game since, when did we release Heartshrine 2? 2004?
It's been a while.
I'm getting old.
Yeah.
So we're making all these cool changes to that one, and we're making map changes to Sicily, Baltics, Ireland, important places. No longer one nation in Ireland.
That would be popular, I think.
Yeah, important things. And also, we're adding a content pack at the same time. You saw the trailer, The Punic Wars. I actually haven't seen that trailer because all the time it's being shown. It's like a minute back there, so I have to go watch it afterwards.
Was it good? Good.
Cool. So the Punic Wars, it contains a lot of Rome-specific missions, Carthaginian-specific missions, new music, which I've been told is Carthaginian-inspired. There's not much recordings of music back then, so we're not entirely sure. And we also are adding Numidian units and Carthaginian ships. And I can't say Carthaginian without going like this. So all of that. And this content pack is, well, you can see it there. It says free. So it will be free to everyone. Yes. Our plans for the future is, of course, to continue making cool content pack with cool nicknames after historical characters.
Great. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to seeing the progression of the game. Johan Andersson, everyone. Thank you.
Welcome now to the stage, the brand manager for the World of Darkness, Sean Greeny.
I know, right?
Wow, that's a trailer.
I am so glad that our partners over at Cyanide Studio and Big Ben are going to break the decades-long worm curse on Werewolf the Apocalypse games. But that's not all the Werewolf I've got for you today. For fans of the tabletop role-playing game, I can reveal that we've found the right partner with the same passion for the apocalypse to start developing it. That's all I can say today, but I promise before year's end, you'll hear more. I cannot wait to kill some Fomori.
Well, you and me both. You and me both. But what? Quick question: who are you?
Right. Well, for fans of LA by Night, I am the undisputed Baron of Södermalm, Stockholm, but I'm also the undisputed World of Darkness brand manager.
And Baron.
And Baron.
Yeah.
I've been a fan of World of Darkness for just over 20 years, and before taking on this challenge, I was leading the marketing campaign for Bloodlines 2. So obviously I worked on our vampire dating app, Tender, and to get to come over to this role and take on this challenge is just an absolute dream come true when these brands are more relevant than ever. We need to see the world from different perspectives and different angles.
Yeah, you learn a lot from being a vampire or a werewolf these days, right? Okay, so World of Darkness has been incorporated into the family of Paradox Interactive. What does that mean?
Well, it means this. It means the company behind this amazing event that's happening right now here, both physically but also digitally, is now putting its full weight behind these brands. It means that now is the best time to be or become a World of Darkness fan, because next year we're going to release more video games and more board games on the World of Darkness than in its entire history.
That sounds very promising.
It also means, of course, that our partners over at Modiphius will give you all of the support you'd expect on the Vampire the Masquerade tabletop role-playing game. If you're here today, come up, try some of the new supplements, try some of the board games, and definitely come and talk to our partners at Draw Distance. They have a playable demo of Coteries of New York, and I can reveal today that it will be released on PC December 4th and next year on console.
Wow, very cool. What about the World of Darkness as a whole? What's next for that?
Well, it's good that you mentioned that. You can come to my talk at 4:30, right here, and I'll reveal everything.
Sean, I am the CEO. You can, and I'm also your boss.
All right, Adam, one last thing, hey? I'm happy to announce that our partners over at Big Bad Wolf, the studio behind the breakaway hit The Council, will reveal their title for their Vampire the Masquerade project, Swan Song.
Wow, that looks very exciting. Look forward to hearing more about that. Thank you, Sean. And thank you to you guys. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for listening. PDXCON 2019 announcement show. I think that's all we can take for one show. Or is it?
Young William, you are the heir to a great legacy. In time, armies of thousands will be yours to command. Knights will flock to your banner, and with the gold that will flow from your lands will come great influence. A good marriage could anchor your bloodline for generations to come and secure the throne. But the ways of power are hard, and there are many lessons to learn, young William. And today, you will learn the most important of all. Real strategy requires cunning.
Welcome to the stage, Game Director for Crusader Kings, Henrik Furius.
Hello, everyone. Long live the king, indeed. I'm glad that you're here to witness the announcement of Crusader Kings III. This is very exciting for us. Crusader Kings II changed the way that a lot of people view grand strategy games. And Crusader Kings III will let us do things we could only dream of in the old CK architecture. Now, Crusader Kings II was, of course, one of the most successful games we've made at Paradox Development Studio. And a lot of you guys have thrilled us with your stories of noble rulers and sinful tyrants. But we are ready for a new generation of grand strategy games, and we hope that you are too. Come on! Crusader Kings III isn't just prettier than CK2, although it is. It is deeper in all the ways that matter. Our primary focus was on the core gameplay mechanics, with particular emphasis on player freedom and player progression. You can tailor your own ruler, your dynasty, and even your religion to cater to your particular playstyle. And if your intransigent vassals will not love you, make them fear you instead! And if that doesn't work, dig up their dirty secrets and blackmail them. That works too. The game also features things like dynastic heads, cadet branches, and so much more that I cannot talk about right now. This worthy heir should be born sometime next year, but game development can be a little bit unpredictable, so no promises. However, I hope that everyone will be playing CK3 before too much time has passed. We also have a little bit of CK2 news to share. As of right now, and forevermore, the base game is free for everyone. This is your best opportunity to get your friends and family interested in Crusader Kings, so please go out and proselytize. We will be sharing more information and details about CK3 very soon. But until then, my friends, have a great PDXCON! Thank you, guys.
Thank you for watching the PDXCON 2019 announcement show. Now, the rest of the convention areas will open and are ready for you to explore and enjoy.